There was a time where people were getting paid $1, $2, $3 an hour. And for us, in the year 2024, getting paid minimum wage $16 an hour, this seems foolish. But back then, that was normal because it made sense. There's going to be a time where at minimum wage is $50 an hour. So you're going to laugh at $16 an hour because it's quadrupled, but so does inflation. And in this video, I'm going to explain to you why you need to start a business if you haven't started one already, and how to start the business if you haven't started one already. Because if you haven't started a business already, you actually have an advantage because you don't have to learn backwards. And in this video will give you so much direction that it will save you thousands, if not millions of dollars of going the wrong way. Because if most people say they understand things, but they don't, they just heard something. Everyone's heard the quote, maybe. If you haven't, I'm gonna tell you. The journey of 1,000 steps starts with a single step. But they don't tell you that if you start that journey going the wrong way, you're gonna have to take 1,000 steps backwards the other way. So I'm gonna teach you how not to go the wrong way. So let's start with why. Why do you need a business? If you're trading time for money, time. So if you're trading time for money, this one, limited. This one, unlimited. So they print this and you spend what you don't have printed, your limited resource, to go work for this unlimited resource. So this is why you need a business, because you can disconnect time from money. Now, what do you need to do with the time then? Put your time into an idea. What does this idea consist of? Problem people have. So you need to use your limited time to create an idea that solves a painful problem people have. And if you do that, then you can use this idea to make you more money. But the idea needs to be something that starts with this painful problem. Most people get into business and they just say, what do I want to start? What do I want to do? So selfish. And you're in the world of business where you can only get your money from others. There are two ways to get your money. You can either steal it or you can trade your value for it. And in a valueless world, it is very hard to do. You're in a world full of AI, where AI is increasing in 2024, where you can now use your authenticity to grow. That is what I am doing. All these high edits eventually will get played out. So I'm going against the grain and I'm giving you organic content that's not going to take so much time on my end to edit, so I can produce more content, so I can show you valuable stuff that will actually help you understand why you need to start a business and break out the rat race. So let's get back on task. So don't think about what should I do for others. Don't think about what should I do for me. What do I want to start? I'm good at rainbows and rapping. No, think about what's the most painful problem people have that you have the current capability of solving. And if you don't have the current capability of solving it, what is the most painful problem people have that you think that you wouldn't mind solving for the next 10 years? Because you need to get in the business of thinking like, not 1 year, not 2 years, not 3 years, because business, the difference between, you know why people trade this time for money? It's because they get instant money once they trade the time. They trade the time, they get the money. They trade the time, they get the money. They trade the time, they get the money. With entrepreneurship, you trade the time to the idea, you solve the problem, then people get the result of that problem, and then you get money. The difference is you don't have to trade the time to keep getting the money after you created the product. Especially if you create a service product that's on demand and flow. And if you create a product that's really good, then you will be sleeping and it'll be a cash flow asset. It'll be a cash flow machine. And what Warren Buffett says, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. So use your limited asset, use your limited resource. Time is the most important thing that you have right now. Like, this is the only thing that you have that's going to break you out of everything. So if you're using it to go trade for $17 an hour because you don't think you're capable of making more, I'm literally fighting that right now because I just quit another job because I just spent 2 years as an entrepreneur ducking a job because I was trying to be too good of an entrepreneur where I said I don't need them, when I could have truthfully worked the job, let it fund the idea, and then leave. What I was trying to do is let my idea fund the idea, and it just wasn't working. So I went to a job, let the job fund the idea for 90 days, quit the job with a better business than I had before. So while everyone else is there and they're upset that the season ended, I'm happy because I gained 500 MRR in those 90 days. 500 MRR. What is MRR? Monthly recurring revenue. If you don't have a business that's paying you every single month, or you're not sending emails weekly, you don't have a business. You don't have a real business. That's another topic though. MRR, and I don't care if it's created. You can see it. MRR, monthly recurring revenue. So I now make, currently, today, just off one online fitness company, $455 a month off of 5 clients. So if I scale this to now 500 clients, 50 clients, the numbers will just drop. So if I do 50 clients, $500 clients, and this is rough. This could be wrong, but I don't care. 500 clients, I'll be making 45K monthly recurring revenue. Meaning, like, let's say I go and went and I spent 40K on a property, and you really don't need that much on a property, but I just want to ball out. Or I spent 10K on a property, 10K on a Lambo, meaning I spend my first 3 months on a note and I leased it because I'm smart. And I now have, I spent 10K on some edits because I want to get some more content out. And I spent 10K on the software because I wanted to make an investment on an online company. Well, that's a lot of money gone. But let's say I spent 30 days doing that. And on the first, guess what happens? I get this again. You can't do that when you're working for $17 an hour over and over and over. You know for sure at the end of the week, you calculate the hours, 40 times 15, you're going to equal whatever number without taxes that is. So in order for you not to get this, you now have to create this idea, which is a painful problem people have, specifically rich people problem, because you will make more money, and you'll be free from this time illusion. Time is a tool. Time is a tool. So yeah, I have a $455 a month monthly recurring revenue. In context, you would have to have 500,000 views on YouTube to be making this after being monetized, or you would have to have a property that pays you. Let's say if you have a property that pays you $2,000, but you only pay $1,600 a month or $1,550 a month, you'll be making $455 a month. And let's say you had a tenant instead of 5 clients. But guys, I have to spend 3 hours online per week to manage this. And I'm getting better by the week. So eventually when I'm here, I'll probably be doing that same 3 hours, but just at a bigger scale. You understand? So let me know if it makes sense. If it makes sense, say it makes sense. Makes sense? Okay, cool. So if I can disconnect my time from money, I will make more money. And if I also have a monthly recurring revenue business, and this is on a low ticket, and because there's different layers, guys. There's free, low ticket. It's really a couple different layers. Mid ticket, and then high ticket. Everyone's definition of high ticket is different. My definition of high ticket is truthfully probably around $5,000 a year, roughly, or more. So for me, I have a 5K a year offer. Truthfully, by the time you guys finally see this, because no one's gonna watch me at the beginning, they clocked you in your last double. If you're here at the beginning stages, you're smart, and you truthfully are gonna miss out if you don't take advantage of this value, because I'll be a multi-millionaire before the age of 24. So you're getting value that I'm studying every single day, fresh. So if you study the same value, by the time 2 years comes, you can be the same millionaire, if not past. And it's going to be a race, because I'm not going to let you off easy. Like, I'm a hard person to compete with, because I don't give up. I do 18 and 24-hour days sometimes, and I don't care about sleeping because I have young energy. And I know that. So I use that to my advantage. So free. I try to provide more value than people do for free. I try to provide more value in my free than people do in their low ticket. I try to provide more value in my low ticket than people do in their mid, and just keep stacking this. Like, some people's high ticket might not be as good as one of my low tickets. You know, they're paying $1,000 a month, and mine's is only $99 a month. But I'm teaching them better stuff, and they're transforming and becoming a better person more in my community. And that actually happened. I had someone tell me that my community is more valuable, and I was charging 10 times less. That's what made me create my high ticket offer. So yeah, in order for you to make more money, you need to disconnect your money from time. So that's the first part. So we understand why we need to start a business. So now I understand why. Let's go deeper into the how. So how? So how do you start a business? First, ask yourself, what some qualifications do you have? Like, for me, I wanted to start an online business where I teach people how to get rich, or a mastermind to teach people how to get rich. But what would that do? So first, you think about, what do you want to do? What would I do if money didn't matter? You know, I would want to teach people how to become the best version of themselves. So because money now is a factor, that is one of the biggest things to become the best version of yourself. So I want to teach people how to make money, so they can break out of this rat race. But how can I teach people how to make money if I haven't had enough qualifications? If I do how to make money, I now compete with people like Alex Hormozi, people like Jeff Bezos, because he makes money. So anything that he says, people will want to listen to, even if he's not charging for it. So his free value is better than my high ticket, because no one believes me. Like, a book that's worth $18 from Jeff Bezos, people would rather buy than a course from me that's $1, or even $100. Like, it doesn't matter the price, because they don't associate value with my name yet, until they trust you, until you build those 7 hours of trust. You build minutes and minutes of value and connection with people, because you understand how to reach them. You understand who you're talking to. I'm talking to one person right now. I'm literally talking to the person who wants to start a business, doesn't know how, clicked on this video and was like, oh crap, this is actually valuable. And they go down the rabbit hole, and then it just starts this entrepreneurial journey for them, because they're tired of trading time for money. And you just found me early. And then there's another type of person I'm actually making this for. And it's for the version of them that they see me now, and they're like, I want to be like him. He's making all this money. I want to know how he's making money. And the me in the future is going to promote this channel. So I'm just planting seeds, guys. I'm doing this because no one's going to see it. But when I'm the me that I am, when I am who I know I'm going to be, I'm then going to promote this channel. So then people come watch this, so they understand how to make actual money and how to disconnect their money from time. And let's go to the how. Doesn't matter. How. So first, after you, and like I said in the last part, you don't want to necessarily think about you. You want to think about what can you solve, but you also want to think about your qualifications. So for me, I boiled down to fitness. Why? Why did I choose fitness? I chose fitness because it was evergreen. Fitness is evergreen. So I know everyone will ultimately need health. So then I also did this because I had lost 100 pounds. So it gave me credibility. So I chose an evergreen niche, something that I had credibility in. Also, I was an athlete since I was 6. So for over 15 years now. So lost 100 pounds. I've been an athlete for 15 years. The fitness niche is growing. The most important part, is there a painful problem? Obesity, in America specifically, but worldwide is ultimately. So I'm in a growing market. I know this is like wonky, and I don't care if you care about value. You probably just listening to this. I know there's so many times where I wasn't even watching the screen. I'm just listening because the value is just so good. And I listen to like Myron Golden. I listen to the Alex Mosey's. I listen to the Luke Belmars. Listen to the top guys. There's more top guys that I'm not naming right now because they didn't come into my head because they're just not in my head right now. But there's a lot of top guys I listen to. But yeah. So obesity is worldwide. Yeah, so I have a painful problem, I have credibility, and I have an evergreen niche. So why is these all important? If you don't have an evergreen niche, no matter how good you are at business, it will die. So will your business. And another thing, if you have an evergreen niche, but you have no credibility in that niche, no one will believe you. Third thing, obesity, worldwide growing. I'm in a growing market. When you're in a growing market, it is way easier to make money because there's so much proof of concept and so many people that you can copy in the world that are doing the thing. A lot of people think saturation is a bad thing. I actually love seeing saturation because that means it's actually working. Like, let's say YouTube is considered saturated. For you, is YouTube considered saturated? Not for me. Not for me at all. I believe that everyone has the ability to grow. I believe any given day that one of these videos can get hundreds of thousands of views. I believe that if you're the right person speaking and you have the right influence, that ultimately the algorithm will push it to more people because people reflect value. And what do I mean by that? If you're providing the most value, more people will hear it. And it's because they will share with others or they will keep coming back. So if this isn't valuable, of course, in the start, no one's going to watch it. But if I become the person who I know I'm going to be, people will want to watch this because they will associate my name with value. So they'll think everything that I put out is valuable. So 3 years from now, when it has 3 million views, 200,000 views, because it's a channel like this, it will make sense. So obesity, worldwide growing. So I picked 3 things that are important. So let's go over again. Evergreen niche, credibility, and a painful problem. That's like evergreen niche, a painful problem. That's more importantly than a growing. Necessarily, you don't have to be in a growing market necessarily because it could be stagnant, but you are growing in that stagnant market. Because if it's a market cap of $1 trillion, but you can acquire a 0.3% of that, 10%, 1%, anything, any percentage of $1 trillion, you'll be good. So, yeah, I just want to make sure that you guys understand that part. Any questions? No? Okay. So, if you guys are wondering who I said any questions to, I'm just pretending for my audience that's going to be there one day. Gotta manifest it. And I'm also talking to y'all because I'm not going to be no fake YouTuber. I'm not going to be no fake YouTuber. What do I mean by that? I'm not about to be doing all these super edits on every single channel, becoming an algorithm fiend. I made 4 different channels. I'm going to do low edits like this on 3 of those channels. And I'm going to do high edits on 1 of the channels because I understand the game. But I understand that I'm going to play a quality game and a quantity game. And eventually all of them will pay me. So now if I make $25,000 a month off of 4 channels instead of just focusing on 1 like they say, because I'm not just one person, I'm 4 different parts of me, meaning I have 4 different aspirations. Like some days I feel like being in my my athlete mode. Some hours I start being in my business mode. Some hours I'm in my religious spiritual mode. Some hours I'm in my fun mode. Like those are different parts of me. So I want to share those parts with the world because I'm reaching different people that are in different mind frames at the time. And that's just my strategy. I'm going against the grain. Don't take my advice, but if it works, you might want to. When it works, not if. But yeah, so now we know why, now we know how. Now let's talk about when. The win is going to be when you make it, when you let it, when you start actually thinking. The hardest job in the world to do is think. That's why they brainwash you into listening to music all day or watching TV or being so drained from your job that you can't come home and do anything else because you have to be what? Back up for work tomorrow for them. Like, this is what I love to do. I could do this all day. I could truthfully speak about entrepreneurship for the next 10 to 20 years and not get bored. That's how I know this is meant for me. But I don't have the 20, 40K a month yet. So a lot of people won't listen to me. But I can teach basic entrepreneurs how to start a business. A lot of 40-year-olds haven't start a business. I actually coach 2 entrepreneurs right now that haven't made $1 online. I've made at least 4 figures online modestly. So I can tell them, okay, well, I know how to make your first $1,000 online. I've lost 100 pounds. I'm not the most ripped guy, but I can say, hey, I know how to lose weight. So just use what you have to create the life that you want. That's the thing that I live by. You know, just use the resources you have to create the life that you want. I think that was from Alex Mosey, but I also used to say that by myself before I met him. But he just nailed it when he said that. When you get the idea, when you wait 3 months to execute the idea, someone else probably already did it and making money. So the win is when you let it. Another win is when you figure out what you're most qualified to solve. Like right now, if you're a boxer, ooh, this is a good one. You're a boxer. You've been boxing for around 3 years. And you think that when you throw your left hook and you turn your foot to the side, that's normal. You think that's normal. You think that when you dodge a hit and you put your chin to your shoulder, that's normal because you know how to box. And if you're a boxer, you know what I'm talking about because I train too. Only boxers know exactly what I'm talking about. You know that when you're controlling your breathing. Others don't know that. The majority don't even know how to do 10 push-ups. I have clients who still can't do 10 to 20, 30 push-ups, 40 push-ups, and they're 30, 40 years old. So guys, like, and I was the time where I was 300 pounds. I couldn't do 1 push-up. I was only 16 years old, but it doesn't matter. I couldn't do 1 push-up. So you just need to literally take your expertise that you already have. And let's say you're a level 3 boxer and it's 10 levels and you know where you're going. Okay, teach your level 1s how to get to level 3. And by the time they're level 3s, you better be at level 6. So you can teach them how to get to there and make more money. If you teach a basic a basic boxing course, and you call it boxing for beginners, something so basic, and you can throw this in ChatGPT and create 100 different variations to get some ideas to start to really get it. The name is not more important than starting. You can innovate the idea. I've changed my name from I had a company, it was BFit Program. Now I changed it to Health is Wealth Academy because health is wealth. And now I'm targeting entrepreneurs who are looking to lose weight because they are ready to buy and have the buying power for the thing that I'm trying to sell. Instead of just selling to everyone trying to lose weight, I spent 90 days talking to 150 people for free, spent time doing customer research with everyone wants to skip. I spent time doing customer research for free while I worked the job to maintain myself. That's what I was saying. I worked the 9 to 5 to fund the dream, to fund the 5 to 9. Now the 5 to 9 is going to fund the lifestyle. So you literally just have to create the idea, innovate the idea, and keep going. So when you get the idea, so boom, you get the idea. Now we have the idea, and let's say we could price the idea. For all you guys out there that has a crazy mind, you're like, oh, that A is bothering me. I'll change it for you. So idea, get the idea. Now you innovate the idea. It's 100 things that's gonna go into this idea, guys. I'm just not gonna name it. You're gonna have that. That's the rabbit hole of business. And if you watch this channel, there's gonna be so many videos that dive into this rabbit hole, and you'll know what I mean. But just to keep it short, idea, and then now you have to make the product. So that's one of those things that's in this idea. So let's say for the product, and we need to talk about money. So let's make money. This gives you the motivation to do it. So let's say you have a boxing course for beginners that you sell on TikTok, and it's $19.99, $20. If you sell a $20 product, people waste $20 on 2 Starbucks coffees in the morning with their friend. They will learn a self-defense course on TikTok if you market it right. If you sell it to 50,000 people, I'll do it like this because it's going to be easier to make my point. And I got a lot of these teachings from Myron Golden. So if you think that, if you watched him before and you think I'm copying him, I'm not. I learned from him. So a lot of my tactics are going to come from him because he's one of the teachers that I have. The same way if you learn math in school, you learn math in school. Like, you're not going to be like, you copied school. Like, that doesn't make sense. But yeah, just for the future haters. So $20 times 50,000, you'll make 1 million. Important question. Because you made this $1 million, are you now rich? Well, if you say yes, it depends on how long it took you to sell 50,000. Because if you sold 50,000 of these in 50 years, you're not that rich. But if you sold 50,000 of these in a year, in 2024 year, because the year in 2030 could be a different $1 million, it can be worth 300,000 in 2030. So, if you make $1 million in a year, you're now rich, considering 2024, because you made freaking 40 times the money that someone else made, you know? And if they spend 40 years making it, and you made it in a year, you made 40 times their lifespan almost. So how do you make more money or the same money by selling to less people? You literally just drop to zeros. So you can sell a $200 product times 5,000 people and make the same million. Shout out to Myron Golden. He's one of my favorite business teachers. He's never met me, but I'm one of his favorites. I'm one of his best students. I'm going to meet you one day, Myron Golden. 2,000 times 500 equals 1 million. So you guys get the point, but let me tell you my point, because I'm already thinking further. So look, you sell a beginner's pro. This is when you're a level 3. Boom, you're level 3. You have to earn to get what you want, you have to deserve what you want. Charlie Munger. And I got it from Alex Hormozi. He got it from Charlie Munger. So I know all my sources. I'm not gonna bite no one's stuff. So level 3, you're a level 3 boxer, meaning you've been boxing for 3 years. You'll say each year was a level. So you can now sell a $20 product because you earned it. You can teach people the basics of beginner. And you give everything that you know in that course. You give it all. You give it all. You give because people know the information. They're gonna find it on the internet whether you gave it to them or not. So associate your name with value. And do not have 37 courses. I'd rather you have 4 courses that are so good that people don't need to watch any other one. So just give them real in-depth stuff. Because if I was to have 37 versus 4 good ones that gave me everything I needed, so I would feel so confident when I walked outside with my woman or with my mom or my sister, I would love that guy more than 37 hours of courses, and I didn't even get to watch 12, and I still don't know how to fight. So simplicity is key, and clarity is king. So level 3, you sell $20 of these, 50,000 people. If you're worried about how to sell 50,000 of these before you even create the idea or the product, that's your problem. Limiting beliefs, worrying about problems that never even occurred yet. By the time you become this person, you will know how to market it. And how to market it versus actually marketing is different. Because knowing how to market is simply by knowing that, okay, when I post one Instagram, I get 1,000 people. So if I do 49 more, I'll make 50,000. I'll see 50,000 people will see it. Well, all of them not going to buy. So I probably need 500,000 people to see me. So I got to post 500 videos that get 1,000 views, or 10 videos that get 50,000, or 1 video that get 1 million views. And this gets me the 50,000. So now I'm only going to just focus on how to get 1 million views, because this will get me more return than making 500 videos that give me 1,000 views. And you know, you eventually have to start somewhere. So maybe you have to try doing 100 videos till you get that $1 million video, $1 1 million view video, which is $1 million video, if you know how to monetize it right, and you then recreate that, because just because it did 1 million doesn't mean that that's it. That means if you recreate this can make 100 million if you do it right, because you got to distribute it to the right places and get different demographics that have the buying power that you're looking for. And just like that, you now have 50,000 people to now buy your $20 thing, and you make $1 million. So then by that time you earned more money to sell. So more skills, because you have more money now. So you hire better trainers. You have coaches now that can teach other people stuff. So now you hire coaches. So you say now you're going to give in-person training. Not in-person training, online training, because this is all digital. I'm talking digital world. Online is cool. In-person is cool. You can do the numbers the same, but I'm talking online world. Because now you sell to the world and not just your city. In person, $200 for the month, and you get 4 master classes a week. You get a self-defense master class. You get a whole bunch of stuff that you didn't get in the the $20 one. And now it's a community where you can hang out with 300, 400 other boxers that know what they're doing, so you can ask them for advice too. You sell that to 5,000 people, you make $1 million. You make $1 million right back. And the funniest thing about all these is going to be at the end. You guys are going to be like, whoa, that's the unlock. Level 9. So let's say you get to level 9. You don't even got to max out at number 10. You just get to level 9. And now you're doing one-on-one training. You're doing form reviews. Boom, let me see your form. You're doing all your... No, you didn't slip right. No, try this combo. And you tell them they got to get a bag. This is for VIP clients. You have to have a bag. You have to be set up in a gym. And you don't have to have a bag at home, but you have to be at a station. We're going to be doing it together. You follow me. You set the camera up. I throw a left hook. You throw a left hook. And then you have a trainers to do it for you. So eventually when you scale, you don't have to be the one to do it. And then you don't make the brand your name, so it can be sellable. Because if you were going to make $10 million in 10 years with this business, and someone came and offered you that $10 million today, you now just brought 10 years into the future. Now, that's why people sell companies, if you didn't know why. So this is the funny thing about this. Imagine if you just kept all 3 of these offers. So boom, you sell $1 million of this one and you became this person, but you never close this offer. Then you create this offer and you make $1 million, but you never close it. Then you create the next one. You still making $2-3 million a year off of 3 offers. That's the game of low ticket, mid ticket, high ticket. Hope you enjoyed this masterclass. If it feels valuable to you, let me know. This is how to start a business, why you should start a business, and when you should start a business, and the money you will make from a business if you start it. And I know this win didn't make sense a lot because I didn't go deep on the win, but this is more important. Sometimes I just get addicted to the numbers, or sometimes you think that you almost made the money. So make sure you're taking more action than you're thinking about stuff. Because if you take enough actions, like the person who takes 1,000 actions versus the person who has 1,000 ideas, the person who has 1,000 actions will have way more success. So yeah, take action, guys.